Hello, everyone. My name is Jimmy Silva from the NGIT Information and Cybersecurity Club, and today I'll be going over what is the CTF. Let's go. Now, a lot of you might be saying, yeah, what is a CTF? Well, CTF, which stands for Capture the Flag, and I'm not referring to football here, are challenges where people can exploit or quote unquote hack vulnerable systems, applications, or files in a simulated environment in order to extract a string flag, like the one I put below. Now, there can be many different categories in CTFs in which they can range from beginner friendly to expert level challenges. Some challenge types in CTFs include open source intelligence, which is basically the utilization of publicly available data to find out valuable information. Now you might be hearing that, be like, yo, that's a lot. Yeah, but a good example of this might be me looking up online or trying to find information on your mother's maiden name, which may be like, you might think that's not really relevant, but maybe if I'm trying to get past the password security question and ask for a mother's maiden name, maybe I might be able to look it up. Additionally, there are web challenges, which are the testing of basically like dynamic web pages in order to try to query or reach something that is restricted or you're not supposed to access. Forensic challenges, which include the analysis of static data, which can range from me looking at a regular PNG and trying to see if you hid something inside that file, which is called stegography, to file system analysis, where I'm looking at an entire file system of someone who used the computer and trying to find what were they doing, if they, try to delete some information or trying to hide it. There is rev/bin, which stands for reverse engineering or binary exploitation, which consists of recompiling of executables in order to exploit or find bad coding practices, unsecure function calls, etc. So a good example of this is I might have an executable file, right? And it may call for some sensitive information, but then leave that information as plain text within the actual executable. And if I, was someone to go inside the executable and look, I could find that information there. And finally, crypto, which stands for cryptography. And these challenges usually consist of the obfuscation of data that has been encrypted. Um, Now, these challenges can include going over old encryption types, or you might be told what was encrypted with what parameters, and you're able to reverse back what the original message was. Now, you just heard all that. You're probably thinking, why capture flags, right? This sounds kind of silly, but CTFs are a great way for cybersecurity professionals and amateurs alike to sharpen their skills and stay caught up to date with vulnerabilities and techniques that threat actors utilize in the real world. From personal experience, I can say that a lot of the CTFs I've done has translated into real experience uh, and helped me be a more holistically and well-rounded cybersecurity professional. As well as that, CTFs, doing CTFs are a great resume boost and a good green flag on the resume. If you're trying to come into the cybersecurity field and you may be transferring from a different field, doing CTFs are a great way to show on the resume practical experience of cybersecurity concepts and knowledge. Okay, so I hope at this point you're hopefully excited to start doing CTFs, but you might be asking, how do I start? Well, in the most simplified way possible, I have 3 steps listed here. Number 1, get a hypervisor. Now, can you do capture the flags on your own machine? Yes, but no, don't. What I recommend instead is to use a virtual machine for many reasons. For security reasons, you might not want to be running, uh, you know, files given for CTF on your personal machine. And as well as that, it's a good practice, especially in the industry as well, to be using virtual machines as a testing environment. So that's what you need a hypervisor for. Number 2, pick an operating system of your choice. Now, I have two listed here, Kali and Parrot OS, which are both good beginner-friendly options for cybersecurity people. And from there, you can just start practicing. Once you have your VM loaded with your operating system of choice, you can just start doing CTFs, which now leads into the demonstration time, where I'll get into the details of how to pick an operating system, how to load that in your hypervisor, and how to start doing CTFs on your machine. Okay, so now in this part of the video, I'll be going over how to install your operating system of choice for your hypervisor, how to configure that on a VirtualBox hypervisor, and open the machine. So in a separate tab, I'm going to look up Kali operating system download. I'll click the first link here. Give it a sec. I'm going to click virtual machines. And then from here, you would select for your hypervisor of choice. In this lab, I'm using a VirtualBox hypervisor, so I'll be clicking this one. But I already have it downloaded, so I'll click it here, but you just click download. It'll download the zip file, and then after downloading the zip file, it will extract it. It should be good to go from there. Okay, so now that I have my file extracted, let's see here, it's here. I'm going to open up my hypervisor, and from here I'm going to click machine, add, and I'm going to go to downloads where I downloaded it. I'm going to select the file here, open. As you can see here, I now have the machine inside my hypervisor. Before you can open it, you can go into settings, you can change the name. For this video, I'll name it accordingly. You can see the operating system. Now, for convenience, I usually recommend at least 4 gigabytes of RAM and 4 cores CPUs on your machine to be allocated for your virtual machine. Now this can, vary depending on your system specs, but you see here on this machine I'm recording, I have 16 gigabytes of RAM, so I'm fine giving 4 for this virtual machine, which means that this virtual machine will be able to run decently and allow my machine on the outside this to be running fine as well. So I'm going to click OK. From here, I can click Start. The first time you open this up, it might take a second. Okay, now I have my machine up and running. I'm going to log in, and the default credentials for Kali machines is username Kali, password Kali. From here, I can log in, and I'm going to give it a few more seconds to load up. See, I have a terminal, I have the internet browser, and from here, the world's your ocean. I can open up Firefox here, and from here, at this point, you can start doing captured flags on your machine. So open up Firefox. Now, just a recommendation for people who are starting the cybersecurity industry and field. Personally recommend, and I still use today, is Pico CTF, which we can access challenges 24/7 all the time on their platform. And so yeah, from here, it's up to you. So this is the end of the lab demonstration. Hope everyone has a good day, and take care.